When we think about losing weight and getting fitter, we often think about exercising. Exercising is a great way to do so to burn those excess calories. But what is a calorie and how does our body burn them? Hi, I'm Marcus, a certified stock Pilates instructor and sport scientist. If you like this video and want more content like this, do give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Remember to click the bell icon to turn on your notifications and get notified when we post new videos. Calorie is a unit of energy often used as a measurement of the amount of energy that a food provides. It is often labeled as kcal or kilocalories. The process of burning calories, known as catabolism, is one of two processes of metabolism where we convert what we eat into energy. Therefore, it is important to understand where our calories come from. We get our calories from our food. However, not everything we eat has calories. Nutrition is divided into macronutrients and micronutrients. Micronutrients does not contain any calories. They consist of two components, which are vitamins and minerals. Macronutrients, on the other hand, do. They consist of carbohydrates, or carbs for short, proteins, fats, and lesser known macronutrient, alcohol. These four macronutrients all contain different amounts of calories. First off, carbohydrates and protein contains 4 calories per gram, fat contains 9 calories per gram, and lastly, alcohol contains 7 calories per gram. Now that we've understand where our calories come from, next we'll learn how our body burns them. In order to convert these calories that we have consumed to a usable form of energy that our body can utilize, known as ATP, there are several channels that our body chooses from. The first channel would be the Phosphagen System, Anaerobic Glycolysis, and Aerobic Systems. The body chooses among these systems depending on how quickly energy is needed to perform a certain movement. However, the quicker the energy system is to be completed, the lesser the total amount of energy is produced. The Phosphagen system is immediate and the fastest energy system in our body. It uses a chemical in the muscles called creatine phosphate to create the usable form of energy, ATP. The total number of ATP produced per creatine phosphate is 1. Despite being instantaneous, the total amount of CP and ATP stored in muscles is small, so there is limited energy available for muscular contraction. However, it is essential that on setup activity, as well as during short-term high-intensity activities lasting about 1 to 30 seconds in duration, such as sprinting, weightlifting, or throwing a ball. Anaerobic means without oxygen, and glycolysis simply means the breakdown of glycogen. Anaerobic glycolysis does not require oxygen and uses the energy contained in glycogen for the formation of ATP. The pathway occurs within the cytoplasm and breaks glycogen down into a simpler component called pyruvate. Without the presence of oxygen, pyruvate converts into lactic acid. This system produces 2 ATP per glycogen. As an intermediate pathway between the Phosphagen system and the aerobic system, anaerobic glycolysis can produce ATP quite rapidly for use during activities requiring large bursts of energy over somewhat longer periods of time, 30 seconds to 3 minutes maximum, or during endurance activities prior to steady state being achieved. The aerobic system is an energy system that requires oxygen to produce ATP because fats are only burned in the presence of oxygen. Oxygen is also needed to complete the breakdown of glycogen. This pathway occurs in the mitochondria of the cell and is used for activities requiring sustained energy production. This uses the Krebs cycle and the electron transport chain. There's a total of 32 ATP produced in aerobic glycolysis and 441 ATP per triglyceride molecule. The aerobic system has the slowest rate of ATP production and is predominantly utilized during longer duration, low intensity activities after the phosphagen and anaerobic systems has fatigued. This includes long-distance running events after 3 minutes, such as marathons. When working at 95% effort, during the first 4 seconds, the anaerobic system will exhaust all of the ATP in the muscles. It will then start to create ATP using creatine phosphate during the 4th to 10 seconds of the workout. Muscle glycogen, or the carbohydrates in the muscles, will start to burn here during the 10-second mark to create energy. Creatine phosphate will still be utilized to create energy during this point. At 45 seconds, the lactic system will kick in. Now, muscle glycogen will completely take over as the primary energy source. The aerobic system will start working after 2 minutes of the workout. Here, the muscle glycogen and its waste product, the lactic acid, will be used as its fuel. Without oxygen from the aerobic system, the lactic acid can't produce energy. Finally, at the 4 to 10 seconds mark, the aerobic system completely takes over and starts burning fats. Here, muscle glycogen will still be utilized to produce energy as well. It is important to remember that all 3 of these energy systems contribute to the energy needs our body requires during physical activity. These systems do not work independently of each other, but rather dominate at different times depending on the duration and intensity of the exercise. I hope this video has given you a better understanding on how our body produces energy. Stay tuned for our next video where we go in depth on how exercise affects our body. If you have any questions, do drop us a comment down below or text us in a WhatsApp number. Until then, see you!